wouldn't you feel really like weird at least? I mean, it's just not appropriate. Like, it's not appropriate to treat somebody like that. Like, I'm a human being. You shouldn't. So I'm at a grocery store. I haven't been in a grocery store since before I got Benny, actually. No, I was in one. That's not true. I was in one when I got Benny, and I was in one briefly to get a sweet potato February of 2020. So it's been a long time, and even before that, like, I didn't regularly go. Why I'm here is because I've already gotten a delivery recently, but I forgot to order chicken. I'm gonna get some chicken and hopefully some zucchini, and it'll be interesting. I have not used a shopping cart with Benny. I don't know if I ever have. So I'm excited to see how this goes. This was kind of a last minute thing. I am pushing it. I know I don't feel that great actually, but in my brain, I'm like, you know what? Why not? Like, why not do this? So that's what I'm gonna do. He's resting, which is probably good. I only want a couple of things, but when I'm walking with my cane and Benny, there's no hand. Like, I don't have a hand for a basket. So I'm gonna get a cart, which I'm not looking forward to doing because of germs. But, you know, you gotta get out and live life, and I'm super excited to do this. I'm nervous, but I really want my chicken, and I don't want to have to pay for a delivery, and I can. So here we go. Good job, Benny. We just got back in the car. It is raining, obviously. Benny down. And oh my gosh, there are so many people there. I don't know. It's a Thursday, right? I have no clue what day of the week it is. Here. I still don't know. It's a Thursday. I'm gonna say it's pretty sure. But it's a Thursday. But oh my gosh, there's so many people. So that meant so many stairs and people waving, and he's not on the ground. All right, you can be there for now. I feel like when I go into that type of situation where there's a lot of people and I know that they're all going to be watching us, I feel like I go on blinders mode and I don't look anybody in the eye. Like, that's not how I used to be. I used to look everybody in the eye and I would smile and engage. But the problem is, when you have a cute golden retriever with you that's doing something amazing, people want to engage. They want to talk about their dog. They want to talk about your dog. They want to ask you questions, and that's wonderful, but I have to go about my day and I only have so much energy. I don't have energy to do that. And that's fine. But also, people don't know boundaries. It's really not appropriate to pet a dog that is not yours. And especially if you don't know it, whether it's a service dog or not, you should always ask somebody before you pet their dog. Service dogs are not meant for the public. They're meant for the person with the disability. He's like my wheelchair. He's like my cane. He is my assistive device. That is what he is bred for. That is what he was made for. And that's what he does for me. And I seriously don't understand why people don't respect our space. I get it when kids don't get it. Like, for example, we were in the self-checkout. I had Benny in it down because I needed to focus. And while he could have stood next to me, I knew that that was going to be distracting for him. And it was distracting for him to lay down. But the safest spot for him to be was in a downstay. And there were these two kids that came running up to us saying, "Puppy! Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh." And I normally phase that out. If people say anything, if they say, "Oh, that's a beautiful dog," I'll say thank you. But if people say, "Oh, look at that baby," if people are exclaiming about him, I just don't react, because my reaction will invite that. And it's not that I'm being rude, it's that truly I only have a small amount of energy, and walking through that store was completely physically exhausting. It took everything out of me, and I'm glad that I did it. I'm glad that I was in there, but it's really hard, especially on a person who deals with trauma, to have people like just come right up against you. And you never know, like, you see a person with a dog and it may look like they're a mobility dog. Benny is a mobility dog, but he also helps me with, you know, my mental health as well. And so It's really important to remember that you don't know what the situation is. A lot of people with service dogs don't want people near them. That's why they have the dog. They have the dog to keep them from other people. And it's just really important to respect a person's with service dog space. Like, I had those kids run up to me and I thought that they were going to run up and pet him. So I literally put my foot out. I just stuck my foot out in the air in protection of Benny. And I looked back at the father or the adult, just like, I didn't say anything, but I looked because I wanted to give that person eye contact, and hopefully I don't have to say anything else. I don't want to have to tell a parent how to parent. Parents usually don't like that, and I'm not a parent, so I wouldn't want to tell anybody what to do, but I certainly know that I don't want anybody touching my dog. And so if a parent allowed their children to come closer, I would say something. That dad was amazing. He talked to the boys. I didn't listen to what he said, but I could tell he was saying, no, we can't go pet that dog. Another thing that is very frustrating is when people in public will take your photograph or video you. And yeah, like, I'm in public and I put my life on YouTube, but I choose what to put on YouTube. I choose what to put on social media. And to have somebody randomly film part of my private life feels very invasive with somebody who's gone through trauma and had their boundaries crossed. It feels like somebody's crossing my boundaries. There was a man in the store that saw me, stopped, got his phone out, and was holding it. And it was obvious he was either taking a photo or a video. And I have had people do that before, where they're trying to covertly act like they're just on their phone, and like somehow I'm supposed to not know that they're taking videos of or photos of us. And I literally stopped in my tracks, backed up, and looked at the man because I didn't want to put myself in a position to have somebody do that. Like, can you imagine if you were in the store and somebody just randomly started taking photos of you? Wouldn't you feel really, like, weird, at least? I mean, it's just not appropriate. Like, it's not appropriate to treat somebody like that. Like, I'm a human being. You shouldn't violate my privacy like that. Ask me a question. If you want to take my photograph, ask me. I probably will say yes, depending on how, like, I mean Benny's like photograph. Like, I was in a bank one time, and the person that was doing my banking asked if they could take a photo of Benny. I said yes. Like, I don't mind it if people ask me and give me the opportunity to say yes or no. But if somebody's just going to do it without asking me, that is a violation, and it's totally irresponsible. And once that guy saw me and I was making eye contact, I said nothing to him. I wasn't going to the food. I wasn't moving, and I wasn't going to continue moving until he put that phone down. I could tell he realized that I was seeing him, and he kind of dropped his phone. I couldn't see anybody, so I don't know who he was talking to, but he said, oh yeah, I need to call my wife because I need to make sure I get the right things to take home. You know, like, I don't want to get home and not have gotten everything. And I just was like, there's nobody around for him to talk to. He wasn't directing it at me. It was like he was talking to the vegetables. Literally, there were peppers there. I was like wondering, like, did the peppers ask you why you're on your phone? Like, who cares? Like, why would anybody say what they were doing unless they felt guilty, unless they were doing something wrong? Like, and if he thought that I thought that he was taking a photo of me, then I would think that he would then say to me, hey, I wasn't taking a photo of you, I was going to call my wife, or I was making sure I had everything on my list, or whatever it was. Like, he could have addressed me, but he didn't. And frankly, like, as a person with a disability, I'm not going to confront anybody. Like, that's not something I feel comfortable with. I feel vulnerable because I have a disability, and so I'm going to defend myself, and I'm not going to let people violate my boundaries. But at the same time, I'm not going to say, hey dude, don't take a photo of me, unless it was like, the truth is that I could have misunderstood it. I could have been just hypersensitive to it and thought he was taking a photo when he wasn't. But his behavior after the fact that he was defensive to me, told me everything about it. I'm going to let that go. I'm not going to be upset. I got a watermelon, I got zucchini, I got chicken, and I feel very, very happy. I didn't expect it to be so packed at this time of day, but I guess I don't know. I don't know, but it was really fun to get out. I mean, that's the reality of it, and I can't wait to get out to more stores and go to places that I've been wanting to go. Hopefully they won't be as busy as Kroger, but it is what it is. And thanks for listening to this video. Admire my dog from afar. Like, I appreciate that. When people don't come up to me is what I appreciate the most. Or if somebody says in passing, oh, you have a beautiful dog. I love that. I love when people tell me that. All right, I'm off my soapbox. I gotta go. Benny, off. That's it. Good boy. Lay down. Thank you guys for watching. I am Kelly, and you are not alone. Bye, guys.
I'm just having a good time, having a bad day, yeah. A real good morning.